translation.
Come here,
for a
Maria
very
Rosa.
complex topic.
Come on, Maria Rosa.
Come
Well, I
here.
was explaining to
Axel.
Axel.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. You gotta say it now a third time.
That was an unbelievable job translating a very complex subject with very complex text, and you were right there with the kids when he was speaking. Like, I'm listening to it, and I knew I'm familiar enough with the topic that I knew where he was going, and I didn't have a clue what he was saying, but you were right there. I'm like, this is unbelievable. I looked over at the moderator. I'm like, this is the most unbelievable translation I've ever. This is great.
Well, I was telling Axel that one of the things that helped me out was in my youthful years. We will not say anything about now, right? In my youthful years, I was a pilot. I understand G-force. I understand that fall factor.
G-force is a complex subject with
Yeah.
in any language, but to take the translation and to tie it back in, I was like, my jaw was on the floor. I was like,
And what you don't
wow.
know is the sound, not our system here, our system was great, but the sound system that was coming had 3 mics on the same frequency. And so I was hearing him along with,
Well, back to your pilot years.
Yeah.
You defaulted, right? It's like just like you had a.
Exactly, it's like being in the airplane.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when you were so happy.
but
That was
thank you.
fantastic.
So you were able to get it though.
Oh, spot on.
All
Like
right.
you kept right with him too. Normally with the translations you'll have a bit of a lag, right? And you were right there. Like you were right there.
I hate to lag. Neither of us lags. And did you
I was
notice?
blown
Did
away.
you notice that the last lady who was speaking,
Yeah.
the doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you notice how quickly she was going?
Yeah.
Maria Rosa kept
Oh,
up with her.
no,
She was
no,
going.
that was
She was never breathing. I watched Maria Rosa see if she would ever breathe. She wasn't breathing through. She just kept talking and talking, and I don't know when she was breathing. She just kept going, and she was never breathing, and never breathing.
Unbelievable.
So we had some challenges today, but it was
Wow.
fun.
You guys did a great job.
I did
Great
mention to a friend before I came today that I was going to learn to be an arbalist. So maybe maybe.
Do you have a card?
We work for an agency,
Okay.
and so what happens is, this happens frequently to us. Give us a card, but universe,
Yep.
languages,
Yeah.
Language solutions.
language solutions. I knew I
Okay.
had to get that. When the agency hires us,
Yeah.
then we are subcontracted.
Sure.
And it's ethically not correct. Therefore, I take my personal cards out and I leave them in my bedroom when I fill my
Sure.
purse,
Sure.
so that I really can say I don't have any cards.
We do trainings all across the U.S.
I
And
tell
we're in
you-
front of tens of thousands of people, and a lot of this was the first. I heard about this. One of our instructors had been to a program over in Augsburg, Germany, and he said that they had a sound booth set up and they were translating because they were English speaking, but then they had some presenters that were French, some that were speaking Dutch, some that were speaking German, and so that was the first that I'd heard of it. That was 2 years ago, and then I was so excited to see that they had it here. And a lot of times when we have an instructional event taking place, when we're presenting a topic, if we have Axel, that's great, but a lot of times we don't have anybody to translate. And you have literally thousands of people there that to get the message, it's lost. Or you have a core group that the folks that understand English, they can get it, but then you have this large Spanish-speaking population that they just kind of nod, but
No, they're
they
not
don't
losing
know. They don't really know. Exactly.
And Edgar, what one of the things that you want to work with, as you say, you have all over the states. We've gone all over the states, but and out of the country. But what you want to get is an experienced simultaneous interpreter. You want simul, and it means simultaneous. It really does. That's why you were saying we were staying right up with him. Well, that's the norm for us.
Right.
We do stay. You can't speak any faster than we can speak now. If we have to breathe, we'll get behind.
Right.
But and that's simultaneous, and you want an agency, and
So
it's not
the
going
agency
to be
comes
cheap.
with everything, like
Exactly.
the headsets, the whole
And it
deal.
comes with
I
the
present to you
technician, or with-
agency tech. Kevin is one of the best.
Well, there's an event that's taking place in Sacramento, California.
We're going to where are we going? San Diego. We're going to San Diego a little bit later, in a month or two.
So Cheryl Tree is a large arbor supplier. They sell products to tree care users. And California has a large Hispanic population.
Kevin, do you
There's a lot
have
of
one of
workers.
Giovanna's cards?
No, I don't. I ran out of them, but I'll get him the contact
Well,
information
you let-
right
you
now. I'll
let
write
me
it down.
Your card, so we can give it to the agency.
Yeah.
I think that
If you
would
give
be
it,
easier.
give it to us, we'll scan it to her. Give both of us.
Sure.
If you don't mind, if you have enough.
Thank you.
Two.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
But seriously, you want an experienced, fast.
They'll have
Pair.
like 300 people at this event. They have 7 presenters coming in from all over the country.
Oh, okay.
And so, and they're going to have stations set up and rotating. And I know for a fact, because we have our trainers are working out in California right now, there's going to be a large Latino presence there. You know, and it would be great to, if we have an instructor that's presenting in Spanish, but all the other instructors that don't have that, it would be great to have something like this available there.
And when you start investigating, all of a sudden somebody says, wow, that's expensive. So let's just use somebody kind of who speaks Spanish. Maria Rosa did something one time that I couldn't believe, and it was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Somebody was saying, I can do it, I can do it. So she's here. She handed the microphone. I said, what are you doing? She said, no, it's okay. Okay. So she handed the microphone to the person. He went, because it is a matter of listening and speaking at the same time. So
Right.
you want, and it's not going to be inexpensive. But when you look down at it, how expensive is something that makes sure that those who have paid thousands of dollars to come and stay and understand can really truly understand. That's worth thousands of dollars. And I,
So are you guys translating, or is your company translating all the talks at ISA, or just certain
No,
ones? That
just
they
certain
got?
ones.
Just
Just the ones that have more, people from some other states or countries, so.
and they just picked, I think they not random, but they picked,
Maybe the most
what is his
important
name again? I
topics
lost it
or-
again.
Axel.
Axel.
Yeah.
I baptized him Alex, and it'll never end probably. But anyway, so many who are second language presenters will opt to present in their second language. It's difficult for them, but they're proud to be bilingual, so they present like he could have presented in English.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But the fact that he presented in Spanish made it so much more him.
Yeah. He said, I'll be honest with you. This topic, I would not have done if I had to do it in English, because he's trying to think, how do you present it, and it's very complex.
Yes.
And all the scientific nuances.
He
and
was very
everything.
clear. That helped a lot.
Yeah.
When he talked about the fall factor and G's and what are G's and what was the development of the G, what was a G, and people hear about, oh man, that pilot, man, that was 10 G's or that, but people don't know what they're
They don't have
talking
the
about unless they
cognitive
study it.
parameters of what that means.
But thank you. It means a lot to us to say it was worth bringing us here.
Great.
Thank you.
It was
means a
great.
lot.
Yeah, I don't know what it costs, but I'm glad the ISA made the investment. So,
Well, it'll help. I tell you what, it does help us if you let them know that it was really, really worth it,
yeah,
because it is not inexpensive for them.
yeah.
And if only 3 or 4 are listening in Spanish,